Welcome back. No impressionists on the show this week. James Gregg. We were thoroughly entertained a week ago by the new manager of Worksop Town, Ryan Hindley, who did Kelbrook, who did Glenn McCrory, who did
Peter Shreves,
Chris Eubank, and Chris Eubank, and me.
Yeah, you're not very hard to do there, admittedly, are you? We had this discussion, didn't we, last night at that dinner? And
we did, yeah. Yeah.
Alan Partridge.
No, he sounded like Alan Partridge. He didn't sound like me at all. He didn't sound like me. Chris O'Grady's joined Chesterfield today. What a signing!
Good signing.
Yeah, I'm really delighted about that.
Good signing, good player.
What a work ethic he'd got. He was one of the players that was, for fans, it was difficult to watch him go because the guy worked for 90 minutes.
Yeah.
He puts it in. That's the model sort of professional that you want to build a team around, isn't it? So when he went, that was bad news at that
I know
stage.
people say he's getting old and stuff, but the role that he plays doesn't really show. It's the work ethic, like Dan says. Yeah.
He's 32, getting in a boxing ring. By the way, Dan Slaney, Alan Knill from Sheffield United, James Gregg. I didn't do that at the start of the show.
Doesn't matter. They know who they are.
He's 32. O'Grady's 31 and very fit. So Alan,
very good. I signed him at Rotherham. He was at Leicester as a kid, and I signed him at Rotherham. We sold Lee Williamson and Hoskins, and we took Chris O'Grady. He was really young then, but in the meantime, I've signed him on loan maybe twice before. Proper player, strongest man ever, strongest man ever. And just like you said, his work ethic is really good. Probably doesn't score as many goals.
No.
Because he's doing a lot of work outside the box, but
unselfish.
Great signing. When we saw it today, everybody went, good signing that.
And then he's he's helping to score goals by proxy, isn't he? That amount of work in that.
I think as well. Do you know, like that position, you learn it, and you get used to playing it, and you know how to play it as you get older, and you'll see a lot of players as they get older score more goals because they know the position better. And Chris, as he's got older, he's probably not as quick as he used to be, but he knows how to use his body better. He's a top player and do really well.
League Two, that, as I say, an eye-opener for a player of his stature and calibre to come down to League Two, having played most of last season in the Championship with Burton. He only got one goal, but he contributed a lot. That's why Nigel Clough played him.
I think we all said as soon as good signing that.
Yeah.
And we were surprised as well. You know, like League Two, I think it might be a Championship still, or League One club. Chris O'Grady.
Oh, that was the other thing I meant to ask you on the tick list. Louis Reed has been linked with a loan to Chesterfield. Lewis Reed.
Not at the moment. I think there's been an inquiry, but it's nothing confirmed yet.
No. I was pleased as a Chesterfield supporter with that business today. Where was it going? We're going to talk about Sheffield Derbies in this half because it'll be new to you, and they're coming up. And we left off part one talking about that nonsense that took place around the Kelbrook fight, the partisan. Well, it's okay having a bit of banter between Owls and Blades, but this was a Sheffield fighter in a title fight, and you actively got, all right, albeit a minority of the opposition, so they said, opposition fans from across the city. Delighted that he lost. I know you and I got involved in battles on Twitter that night over this.
It's difficult to read, Alan, because obviously Kel's first and foremost a fighter, and when he gets in there, he's physically putting his life on the line, and then to receiving some of the abuse that he got from some of the Wednesday fans.
But it would have been the same the other way round. Come on,
I'm sure it would have, and I'm not saying it's just the Wednesday fans.
No, it possibly would have happened the other way around.
Yeah, the mindset of fans as well.
Of course it would, and of course it would, and the thing is, what you've got to remember is that these are the same idiots who are probably betting on him, paying for the pay-per-view to watch the fight. So they're not just sort of sat at home and, Kelbrook's lost, let's give him some abuse. They'll have been interested. They'll have probably actually been hoping he won. And then, because he lost, they'll have been disappointed or whatever. And then seen it as a way to take a swag.
It was a bit sad,
He's a fighter from Sheffield first, isn't he?
Yeah, correct.
Who happens to support Sheffield United.
Yeah, and you could argue that, Josh Warrington from Leeds have only got one team. So Leeds, if he fights at Ellen Road, it's brilliant. He's got no opposition fans to sort of do him down or whatever. Kelbrook maybe has shot himself in the foot slightly by sort of declaring this a Leeds. But then again, if he supports them and he's grown up a Blade, why would you hide it?
Well, yeah.
It's nothing.
Why would you?
It's nothing to be embarrassed about, is it?
No, correct. He's not.
He's got allegiance to a football club, and at the end of the day, his sport's boxing, and he's clearly world class at it. So the whole of Sheffield and England should just behind the guy, and what a fight as well. to put that amount of work in against Errol Spence Jr. was phenomenal, and I think in the end, Spence showed that little touch, that extra little gear.
He's a star, isn't he?
But yeah, he's phenomenal, and that work rate from 4 through 6, it's just he was phenomenal.
Is yours going the distance then? Doncaster Dome. I don't know whereabouts in the card you are.
I think
you're fighting Saturday night.
Yeah, it's second to last. I think it's about the eighth fight of the night.
Near the top of the bill then.
Yeah,
that's very good.
One before, but in terms of predictions, outcomes, I'm going to win, but I'm not going to tell you how. Well, you'll see.
You're going to get the USB stick like Klitschko, eh?
Yeah, and then post it afterwards and declare it online.
That's the difference sometimes between, say, football and boxing. Boxers, after I'm going to win, but you can't say we're going to win the championship. You'd be very, very foolish if you did, or anything like that. And you're always having to,
play it down.
Yeah,
you have to play it down. Yeah, because plenty of people want to throw it in your face as soon as you said it. And also, we can't say pretty much the same when playing the opposition, because you
can't say we're going to win, can you?
Because you're giving the opposition their team talk. Yeah, this is them. They're coming to us. Look at them. Big time Charlies, whatever. So you kind of be careful with it.
Which is why I think pre-match press conferences, with no disrespect to you or anybody else, you've used the word boring.
It's boring, isn't it?
They become sterile.
Everybody says the same thing.
Non-events.
And they're just basically it's just straight batting the questions that we're asking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's boring.
And you had a press conference the other day. How did you approach yours?
Yeah, just trying to be as honest, endearing yourself to the people that are reporting and writing. For me, it's just about being honest about where I am and the distance that I've travelled and what it's took to get me there. And I'm just both eyes on Saturday. And I know obviously we talk about I'm going to, I've just said I'm going to win. And don't forget, Richie Thomas will be saying the exact same thing as well. So we're both, neither of us are under any illusions about the fact that he wants it, I want it, and then on Saturday night we'll find out who's going to get it.
Well, best of luck. We hope you do. Have you got a gut feeling though, Alan? Before we talk about Sheffield Derbies and we come to James's round, have you got a gut feeling about this season? I mean, you're on such a roll at the moment, and spirits are so high. Is there a wave to be caught? You think?
I think so, and I'm not going to come on and say, no,
absolutely
not. But I think so. I think you have to use it, don't you? We're going into the season full of confidence. The players are confident. They've come back fit. It is unknown. Yeah. We don't know what the level is going to be like for our players, but we do know that we're going to have a right go at it. And the same attitude that we had last year, we'll have again this year. So we'll give ourselves every chance to do well.
Does that include the type of football that you play?
Absolutely.
And that you're going to go for it?
It was important. It was important when we came. Obviously, Chris is a Blade, and I live in the city, so I kind of knew about Sheffield United and what was expected. And the brand of football we played last year will go again, without a doubt. That's the way we play. And I think as well, it's the way people want to see us play. Want to see us having a go at teams, not being cautious and sitting back.
It's become synonymous with success here as well, hasn't it?
Yeah,
so, it's an old saying, is if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah,
so,
I'm not going to say that. Like last year we were a little bit open at times, and the league may be more difficult, so we may have to be a little bit more careful. But it's still the same, really. Once we're going forward, we're going forward. Yeah, we're not leaving loads of players back just in case we get counted. We're going to go and try and win the games.
You may not want to give secrets away, but 3-5-2 or thereabouts, or whatever you call it, worked brilliantly.
Worked really well.
Why change it?
Yeah, I think Chelsea must have seen us.
Yeah.
And they changed. But it seems like a fashion now. Yeah, it seems like a fashion. The shape is a fashion. And I'll be honest, we changed. We had a terrible start last season. Chris changed the shape, and if suited the players, and then we adapted the shape as we went on and made it not a defensive shape, made it a really attacking shape, and it was really good for us.
As you say, it's in vogue, and you can see a lot of teams playing that way this coming season.
Yeah.
Hopefully not cancelling each other out, because that system used to be regarded as defensive, but it can be very, very attacking, can't it?
I think it all depends what you want to do, and your wing-backs are the key.
Correct, yeah.
If you want your wing-backs to be attackers, then they can score. Kieran Freeman scored
10
goals, whatever, for us this year from right wing back.
Wasn't it?
And at times we had like our right side centre half or left side centre half were edge of their box. So we made it really attacking, and it is a great shape in possession. Yeah, but also out of possession, it gives you a solid base. So usually you end up with 5 at the back.
Okay, and ideally, we went through all the names you've been linked with, but you've signed 4. ultimately, just what number of recruits would you be happy to have at the end of the summer?
Yeah, I think we've got 4, probably another 3, maybe, definitely. And maybe 4. And maybe 4.
Yeah, in the strike area as well? Or
in the forward thinking areas, maybe 1.
Yeah. Maybe 1, right? Okay. I've got one in mind, but it's probably not fair to ask it then. Of course. He's been mentioned quite a lot. What's going on?
We're talking of sort of signings. Bury have made a signing, but it's a physio. It's Paul Smith.
Yes.
Who's left.
Alan's.
Yes.
Yeah. Alan's son.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, that's right. He left Sheffield Wednesday.
So he's gone to Bury, obviously a club that you know well.
Yeah.
He's worked at Rotherham, Barnsley and Derby. He was appointed head physio yesterday, of course, played a big part in Sheffield Wednesday's success over the last couple of years as well. In cricket, you might want a bit of a fix, actually, between sort of Yorkshire's abandoned game against Surrey this week. I was really looking forward to that day night, sort of, I don't know, it was something different, wasn't it? But unfortunately, rain came, so that one's been abandoned at Headingley. But if you do want a bit of a fix, there's a match between Yorkshire and the Yorkshire Premier League South team. It's a warm-up for the NatWest T20 Blast for Yorkshire. It takes place on Tuesday at Hallam Sports Park, or Bawtry Road, home of Sheffield United Cricket Club, of course. Some notable members of the team: Tom Rowley, Billy Root from Sheffield Collegiate, Harpreet Singh as well from Barnsley Woolly Miners, Mohammed Waheed from Treaton, Sam Drury from Treaton, and Jordan Lowe from Tickhill as well, all in that side to play against Yorkshire on Tuesday. So if you're looking for a bit of a cricket fix, of course, Joe Root, his first game as England captain on Thursday against South Africa. It's probably a good one to go to.
I saw a couple of those players last Saturday.
Of course you did, yeah. You're becoming their #1 fan, aren't you?
I love it. It's brilliant. Watching cricket on a summer Saturday afternoon. Tom Rowley got 75. Yeah. Your mate and my mate as well now, Billy Root, he got 72.
Yeah.
On a pitch of variable bounce. So they won in the end by 11 runs.
Yeah, they're a good team. Good team. Very good league team indeed.
Top of the league, I think.
Top of the league.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. Some bad news, maybe. More about this in the Sheffield Star, but there's some £900 million plans for devolution in South Yorkshire. They're sort of hanging in the balance now. It's after Chesterfield and Bassetlaw, they've pulled out on plans. So it's going to be bringing in some more sort of local sporting legacy, as it were, but very complicated stuff, but it could have some real impacts on jobs and stuff. So do check that out online. It's quite serious, actually. It just popped up during the first half of this programme. So do check that out online. Sheffield's rising basketball star, Georgia Gale, she's going to captain her country. GB under-20s, they're going to be playing in the European Championships in Israel, so they're playing warm-up tournaments in Hungary and Greece. So she's going to be the captain, of course, plays for the Sheffield Hatters as well. She's one of Betty Cadona's prodigies, who, of course, is a friend of the programme as well. Tigers Speedway, they're in action against Redcar tonight at Ollerton, 7:30. Started, about 20 minutes ago, 10-15 minutes ago even. So big game that for Sheffield Tigers tonight, because Redcar sit 4th in the playoff spot and Tigers are 5th. So if they can leap above them, that'd be good for them going towards the end of the season. French Open golf, Matt Fitzpatrick, 5 over par, not so good for him. Danny Willett could make the weekend. He shot 1 over today. And of course, got that massive boxing meet at Doncaster Dome on Saturday. Josh Whale, he's sort of the showpiece, isn't he?
Top of the card,
Is he world class bantamweight?
He's British class, isn't he? Well, British class, it doesn't even exist. But he's
could he step up and beat that? Do you reckon?
He's at the stage at me where he's going to get chance to bring home that Lonsdale belt hopefully this weekend.
That's cool.
And I've known Josh since he was a little lad, and his dad Mick and his brother Gwyn. So there's a bit of a family connection between mine and there. So I'm pulling for Josh. I hope he brings it home this weekend.
Good stuff.
Excellent
stuff.
Talking derbies in a minute. Of the signings that Sheffield United have made, one name has kind of stood out, hasn't it?
It has, I know. And for whatever reason it is, and I've got quite a long-standing intrigue in this. And I want to ask you, Ched Evans, what's he like? Because I know Chris Wilder sort of said what a great attitude he had.
Yeah, I've never met Ched before. Obviously, I've had teams that have played against him, and he's a real good lad first and foremost. And in training, I'm going to say we've had to be careful with him because he's had 5 months off, but he started doing more and more, and great attitude, works hard, obviously wants to do well.
Perfect. And what sort of role that he's going to play? Because when they signed him originally, I thought, he's not probably played as much football for whatever reason in the last sort of 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, in the Championship, is it going to be a level too high for him? Will he be a bit part? From what you've seen so far, I know he's sort of obviously come back from an injury. He's certainly not right at the bottom of the pecking order, is he?
I think any players that we sign to start.
Yeah.
Yeah, or to have a chance of starting, then really it's up to them. If we can get him up to speed that we think we can, then a fit Ched Evans is dangerous for any team. Yeah. So I think he's definitely come to start. He's not come to be a bit part player. And I'm going to say in Ched's mind as well, he's come to start to get his career going.
More incentive than others. More incentive than others in terms of what he wants to prove. His career's been truncated.
Yeah,
and he's as well. From what I'd seen, obviously I saw him play that great season where he had 35 goals, and he was like a kid in the playground, running at players, shooting and scoring. Saw him play for Chesterfield against United at the Pro Act, and he had a great game.
20 minutes. For 20 minutes,
he was
unplayable.
He was a different type of player though. He was big and strong and always holding the ball. And he was on his own.
He was on his own, and he ran those channels on his own, and he gave Basham a real difficult time. Basham.
For 20 minutes.
I bet Basham's not forgotten that either.
No, he hasn't.
Have they come up against each other in training?
You can see it, you can see his strength in training. And also, once he gets going, mobile, wants to run forward. Yeah, he looks like Ched Evans. Does it? It's just really for us now to get him back to top fitness.
Yeah. Excellent, very exciting.
Derbies then. You know about derbies. As a Blade, you know about derbies as an Al, and Alan, you don't know about Sheffield derbies at all.
Not really. Yeah, not really. Obviously, I know about them, but I've never been involved.
What do you think they're going to be like? How are you feeling about them?
I'm feeling all right. Apparently, I've been told where I stand is the safest place.
We did warn you, didn't we? In the same
where I stand is the safest place. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And
halfway line, on the touchline.
Yeah, the first fixture, isn't it? The first fixture that everybody looked for was when that derby is, and it's good, isn't it? It's good, really good. Good for the city. Yeah. Good for the city, and good to have that rivalry in the city.
And of course, if you don't know about it, there's somebody that you work closely with who does know about it, and will convey that.
Yeah.
To everybody.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, he knows.
Is that something that he's spoke about yet? He probably won't have.
No. And I'm going to say probably we all look for that fixture first, even involved in it. We all look for that fixture because everybody's said what a great fixture it is. So
it's on his birthday as well, isn't it? 50th birthday, isn't it?
Is it?
It is.
Yeah, it's on the 23rd of September.
It is.
Apparently.
It's his birthday.
Oh my God. Well, let's hope it's a good birthday for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
A weekend of carnage.
Yeah. Well, it's good though, isn't it? We're just talking. It's good for the city, and it's good to have that.
Have they altered the kick-off times yet for those? Because
I'm sure they will.
They always do. Don't they? It's just what a spectacle it is, though.
I'd love it to be 3 o'clock on a Saturday again. Really. I mean, but you can guarantee it'll be lunchtime or TV.
Or 11:15
kick-off or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it could be like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
or,
it is. It's difficult though. Do you know, and I understand why. We all understand why. But like 11:15 or 12:15 kickoff. Nonsense. Just preparing the players for that is much more difficult.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah.
Well, it's much more difficult preparing yourselves as well. Getting out of bed that early enough and whatever. But mentally as well.
In regards to eating, the pre-match meal that has to be 3 hours before, and players are eating pasta at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
And it's it's such a different.
You can control that better for an away game. I mean, if you had an away game at stupid kick-off time, you're staying overnight.
Yeah. Oh, here we have them in to eat before the game.
Do you?
Yeah, we would for that game. Yeah. For one of those games,
breakfast would be at the ground.
Yeah, we get them in for that. I would have thought.
You can't do anything about it, but do people in the game like yourself ever think, can football now please take control back for itself and its customers?
Yeah.
And it's even if we're getting slightly less from Sky, can we not demand that, or on the TV companies, can we not demand that we go back to something sensible?
I think though it's like Premier League. Yeah. It's just a handful of 3 o'clock games that they play. The rest are like Sunday at 5 or ridiculous, or 4 o'clock.
Sunday, they always have got 3 games on a Sunday. So that's 6 teams that are sort of almost, training through the week, preparing for that Sunday game. Like you say.
There's a match every day of the week, and I think that kills the appetite.
It is saturation, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's saturation.
And do you feel as well, being involved in the game, that you feel almost like a conscientious requirement to watch a game because it's on TV and it's part of your job?
I'm going to say I used to, and now I'm more selective. Now I'm more selective with which teams I watch and when I watch it, because just like you said, I can watch 3 games on a Sunday, match of the day night before, and then Monday night football, and then there would have been Champions League or something else. So you are watching, or Europa League on a Thursday. You're literally, and then a Friday game. There's a Friday, so you're literally watching a game every night. So I've become way more selective with who I watch and
for
what
your
I
own
watch.
sanity. But it's like a blizzard, and you get snow blindness if you're not careful because there's so much of it. You just don't see it.
Yeah.
You know, I think you have too much of a good thing.
I think it's true, though, isn't it? You know, for certainly for me, I don't work in football, but you know, for me,
around it.
Come on, I know you're sort of around it and around it. And sometimes I see a game on, and you're like, you know what? I'll just stick Love Island on or whatever. You know, something different on.
I watch Coronation Street instead sometimes. You know, if there's a game at 7:45,
you feel bad.
I'll watch Corrie first.
I do think though, there's always. You know, like you come across a game. There was the Barcelona-Real Madrid game. It was an unbelievable game.
Yeah,
correct.
And so for all the other stuff that you've watched and gone, how boring was that? That one game goes. That's why.
Yeah,
that's why I watch it. That's why I watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we all look forward to the new season. It's such a short summer, isn't it? I mean, it really is. I mean, now we're almost into July the 1st, I think, tomorrow. Yeah. And then just 4 or 5 weeks. You start to get excited and can't wait, or
I think I always found pre-season kind of boring because you're so worried about the players getting injured, and you're trying to work them hard, but again at the same time be careful with them, and you don't really know how the team's going to react until the season starts. So you get 4 or 5 games in, and then you have an idea of what you need to do. So the sooner it comes around, the better. And I think the players are the same.
And I bet you've been just champing at the bit and getting restless. It must have been a terrible week for you, looking, you know, Saturday. Come quickly,
it's, by the time I got to kind of Monday, I was like, I'm just bored, and I know it's probably not the right word to use, but just kind of watching the clock. And it's not nerves really; it's just anxious. You just want to get in there and get your job done.
Is it excitement as well?
I'm very excited. I'm trying to keep a lid on it as well. I'm trying to keep obviously my emotions in check and keep as calm as I possibly can do.
You sleep all right?
But I'm ready. Yeah, I do. Yeah. I do sleep all right. You know, I've got a busy job in the day. And sleep's just as important as the training, so I get as much rest as I possibly can. Right, and Saturday I'll be having a good lay-in and then a cat nap as well. So
do you sleep all right before a game, Alan?
I do now, assistant manager. Manager's a little bit different. I've had some sleepless nights being a manager, but
that's the difference between the two jobs, I suppose.
Oh, it's a world of difference. And obviously I do this job now, and I think that's why it works well with myself and Chris. I've kind of done the job, so I know what he's feeling, and I know when to try and take things away from him, and I understand as well when he's not happy. I can see that he's not happy with something, so kind of
he doesn't hide it, does he?
No, he doesn't. But
what you see is what you get.
Yeah, the main job, the manager, is like no other job. No. You feel everything more than anybody else. Every supporter, whatever. You feel it more. So
it's on your head, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right.
And you take it to heart. You just take it to heart.
And that show's gone. Would you believe?
I know.
Where's that gone to? There is a chance to catch a repeat at 11 o'clock, or you can see it on my YouTube channel this evening. If you've missed, I do thoroughly recommend it. It's been a brilliant hour. Thanks as ever, James.
Cheers.
Thanks, Dan. Good luck for Saturday.
Thank you very much.
And thanks, Alan. Good luck for the new season.
We'll be back in a year, will we?
Yeah.
We'll be back in a year.
See you next time.